With this energy of the arrow, Cupid's arrow has definitely struck this person hard. This is somebody that their feelings have been turned on and they can't turn them off. They don't want to turn them off. This is somebody that is thinking to themselves, I choose you and I choose this and I choose us. On the good days, on the bad days, on the in between days, on the exciting days, on the boring days, everything points in the direction of continuing to see this connection through to the next beautiful phase, and then the one after that and the one after that. This is somebody, it feels like, that wants to fill the space between where you are right now and where they want to go with you with a lot of loving affirmations. This is somebody that wants to speak life into this connection. They want to make up for anyone you might have been dealing with in the past that just didn't have the capacity to hold you, didn't have the capacity to, love you in all the ways that you needed to. If there was any sense inside of you of feeling kind of like jaded or unfulfilled or like low expectations as far as like romance and love are concerned, this is a person here that you are dealing with that is like, I want to make up for all of those people that couldn't see the blessing that they had right in front of them when it was there. And fortunately for me, they fumbled you. And so here we are with one another. And there's an opportunity for me to kind of paint a different picture for you as far as what love should be like, what a conscientious partner should be like, what two people who are committed to creating stability and safety within a loving partnership for one another, what that should look like. We have the energy of flags. So this person is like waving the white flag of surrender. They surrender totally to this connection. They surrender to their feelings, to you, to the potentials in this situation. This is almost somebody that's like, do with me what you will. I trust you completely with my heart. I trust my heart's judgment at this moment in time that is leading me towards you. This is something where they are not wanting to like feed into any illusions or create any illusions between the two of you, that they are somebody who like wants to keep their options open or that they are uncertain. This is something where they might have taken like a cautious approach up to this point in time, or feelings had come on very quickly and very strong, and so they needed to take time to kind of like ground themselves and sort of search within. But all of that has passed. They have kind of like passed sort of an obstacle course inside of themselves, where they were second guessing the signs that they were kind of receiving, these little confirmations that they might have needed, they might have asked for, they might have prayed for guidance, prayed for signs. Things came in and they were like, well, I'm still not totally convinced, so let me give this some more time. Let me just feel things out. Let me be very patient. Let me see what happens. All of that is a season that is now behind the two of you. And so this is somebody, again, that is like fully surrendered to this connection, to the possibilities, and also somebody who's very open for you changing their beliefs and their opinions about love and romance in a very beautiful and uplifting way. We also have desk. So it feels like you are this person's favorite intrusive thought throughout their day. When they are at work and they're just like focused on mundane things, somehow you manage to kind of like sneak past the very non-romantic environment that they are working in, and your energy comes to them. There are things which kind of even pop up in sort of their day, which are signs and synchronicities that sort of let them know you are with them, even in the midst of them kind of like doing whatever it is that they need to do to kind of like get ahead in life, make a way forward for themselves. They definitely could be factoring you into kind of those plans and those preparations. Sort of like, I'm not just working for me, I'm working for stability within myself so I can feel better about me and have something more to offer to you as well. This is somebody that if they don't already have like a picture of you on their desk, then this is somebody that's like, I want to get to that point in time where there's a photo of the two of us and other people can kind of like walk by and can see how lucky I am to have aligned with such a wonderful person. This is something where it feels like there have been moments where you've had very like intense or intimate moments with one another, like the preceding day or the preceding evening, and the memory of that like lingers. reminders. It follows them into their workday. This is somebody that can't wait to get off work so that they can, talk to you. They can have interactions with you. If you text them or message them throughout the day, it feels like this is a very kind of like welcome notification. It's like the best notification that comes on their phone is like you've posted something on social media, maybe you've, sent them something, you've shared something with them. This person definitely feels like you are like the best distraction, but it's not something that intrudes. It's almost like you feel kind of rightly placed within all aspects of their life, both their kind of like personal time, their private time, and also as somebody that is kind of like with them in spirit as they are sort of going through the motions of their ordinary day. We also have angel. Yeah, so this person feels that like you are their angel. You are this very like divine being that has been sent to them from above to awaken their heart to like a higher level love. This is somebody that wants to treat you with care and with generosity. They definitely, again, want to kind of help to ease any sort of wounds that you have inside, left behind by like clumsy lovers or people who, took you for granted, couldn't appreciate your light or the essence of who you are as a person overall. So this is something where it's kind of like they want to pour all their love into you, but they also want to, give a little extra just in case there was a part of you that was kind of like, feeling very left out in the cold in previous situations so that you can have your full sights set on them. This is something where they want to take bold steps forward with you to create a very like unique future in love for the two of you. Something that is more high vibrational than they have experienced, than was modeled in their childhood, than they have seen friends have, or, is kind of like popularly promoted like on social media or in modern times. This is somebody that's kind of like, I want to go above and beyond that. And even if it's something where our connection doesn't make sense to other people, or people make fun of me for being like sappy and romantic, people are kind of like, ooh, there's one of those couples that they're always holding hands, can't keep their hands off one another, they look so happy that it's almost kind of like sickening the level of joy that they have. This is somebody that's like, I don't care, let people make a mockery of that. Let people be jealous. Let people be envious because you light up my whole world. And so, of course, I want that to be something that is noticed, that is, kind of known by other people, that is seen, that for the world to see, like, here we are, this couple that is not just two people who have found one another, but two people who are actively embarking on the experience of like building a higher level love with one another in the here and now. We also have firecrackers. So it feels like this person's getting ready to do something very unexpected. This is somebody who may love the element of surprise. Already in your connection, it's like certain milestone events or moments may have come very spontaneously. It's like this person sits and sort of like thinks about things. They weigh the pros and cons. They allow this sort of like pressure to build up inside. But then it's never like, okay, this is the perfect time. Let me take a step forward. It's like impulsivity has led them to introduce themselves, to reach out in the first place. If you've kissed, that first kiss, it might have seemed like, oh, it felt natural. It felt like that was when it was supposed to happen. No, that was something that was very like spontaneous. They've been thinking about it for a while, thinking about it for weeks, thinking about it long term. But then in the moment when the event occurred, that was just very spur of the moment. This is also something where, anything that as far as like opening up about their feelings, if they've told you that they love you, or anything that they've really expressed emotionally, it's kind of like this person sort of, they get in a range within themselves of knowing like, okay, there's things that I want to express. There's things that I want to happen. There are directions I want to move forward in this connection, but then it comes very spur of the moment. It comes very spontaneously. This is like that Knight of Wands kind of energy, but not something that brings forth, somebody that is unreliable and undependable. It's kind of just like they motivate themselves to take huge leaps of faith forward as far as like this connection is concerned, because there's an intensity here. There's a lot of interest in having something real, having something lasting. And so this is almost somebody, it feels like, that is trying to make cinematic moments out of these kind of like major steps forward with you. Something where the two of you can look back and it's not just kind of like an ordinary day when progress happened, but it's like, no, these were almost like, Kodak moments. These were, worth photographing. These are worth remembering. These are something that are very kind of off the cuff, out of the box, something that is, very kind of unorthodox in terms of how things have gone on up to this point in time, or even things they're getting ready to express to you as far as like their internal motivations or mindset when certain events have occurred so far in this connection. So this is somebody that is, again, leaning into this kind of energy right now of like, okay, I fully surrender to this. Cupid arrow has struck and I'm way into this connection. I'm totally invested in this connection. And so I want to continue to like dazzle or impress you with my ability to kind of just come out of nowhere and surprise you with these next steps forward, these big declarations, kind of important conversations, meaningful moments, aspects about themselves that will help you to see a different side of them that, it's kind of like you almost didn't see it coming, and then it's the best surprise of your life because they feel that about you. They didn't see you coming and you were the best surprise of their life. We also have Quill. So it feels like this is somebody that is wanting to be, again, like more expressive with their affirmations of love, wanting to speak life into this connection, wanting to make sure that that you are cherished, you are adored, you are seen, you are valued for exactly who you are. This is somebody that maybe kind of knows that it's sometimes hard for people to talk about their feelings, or maybe it's hard for this person to talk about their feelings usually. And so this is somebody that's putting in a lot of extra effort at this point in time to kind of do the scariest thing ever, which is to talk about those emotions. To not just leave it at I love you, or I think you're sexy, I think you're beautiful, I like spending time with you, I think you're really great, but to get into kind of like deeper details. They're leaning towards the idea of like writing those paragraphs, adding in a lot of details, being very vivid, being very descriptive with the ways in which I want to tell you and let you know, and then show you with corresponding actions that, I'm not just here for the moment or for the short term, but that this is something where I want to kind of pour a level of affection or reassurance into you and into this situation so that you feel celebrated in a way that you may not have ever expressed before. This is somebody that wants to build upon those like sweet and romantic experiences between the two of you. May even be somebody that wants to start like writing you little love letters, leaving you little love notes around the house, something that kind of demonstrates a level of thoughtfulness about them. We also have door. So there's like a door of opportunity that is opening, a window of opportunity that is opening, something this person may have created themselves. That can be that kind of behind the scenes planning where that firecracker energy comes in. It's just very spontaneous. It's very spur of the moment. It's very just kind of like, okay, I've been planning this for a while. Now here it is. Or I've been thinking about kind of like moving in this direction with this connection, so I'm just going to do it. And then they kind of like leap out, and all of a sudden you've crossed the threshold into something more, into something else. It feels like this is something where it's like a demonstration of leadership qualities that so far have been sort of like understated in this connection. And that can even tie into those like loving affirmations, those words of affection, something that like lets you know, as far as this person is concerned, that they're not just wanting to like stagnate or, keep things surface level. This is not somebody that is a low effort individual. They are very high effort when it comes to romance, when it comes to affection. It feels like you have definitely inspired them. You've operated as some kind of muse that is causing them to want to be very creative with the ways in which they celebrate you, celebrate your arrival in their life, celebrate your presence in their life, celebrate the experiences you've had with one another up to this point in time. And from that energy of celebration to really set a course towards a better future between the two of you. We also have wind chimes. Yeah, so somebody has definitely answered the call within their heart. They have heard the call within their heart that is encouraging them to, be more romantic, be more sappy, even be more cheesy, be more expressive. This is something where they are not feeding into doubts anymore. If they've been kind of like elusive or holding back a little bit, this is somebody that, is like getting ready to sort of pour forth in the fullest sense into you, because they see you as a rare and unique person. They love everything about you. They love the fact that you intrude, energetically speaking, the fantasies of you, thoughts of you, kind of like memories of your experience with one another, that comes to find them in the midst of their like everyday reality. It's almost like when this person is sort of like stressed or, you know, bored at work, or even when they're just in the midst of like busy work and kind of, you know, mindless tasks, all of a sudden you come in, kind of like this ray of sunshine that just sort of directs their attention towards something else. Kind of like, okay, my workday may suck, but at the end of the workday I get to see you, I get to talk to you, you know, we get together, something like that. And so it's even those kind of like little experiences where there's almost this like intuitive bond between the two of you that is yet to be discussed. So that can be part of what this person wants to like talk about, like the intuitive connection, how deeply they feel about you, and also feel that there's something more than meets the eye between the two of you. That is all something that their heart is co-signing onto, encouraging them to take that leap of faith forward, encouraging them to, you know, get very creative, get very kind of like wordy as far as the ways in which they want to express themselves. It feels like this is somebody that might have even held back in a sense before, because they were like, I don't want to come across as like I'm trying to manipulate or love bomb, or, you know, maybe it was just like talking about their feelings didn't really come like naturally to them. It wasn't like a strong suit, but they've moved beyond that threshold of fearing that they would come on too strong. It's like, I need to come on like that firecracker. I need to go big or go home. And I really would like to come home to you. So that means I'm going to have to be pretty expressive as far as like what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking, what you do to me, what you mean to me, what this connection, like the place it holds in my life as far as significance is concerned. So this can even kind of, this energy of wind chimes can definitely, you know, sort of signal like a text message, a phone call, some kind of like invitation to get together, you know, something that will be out of the ordinary from what you've already experienced with one another, but is just kind of like a step forward in that direction of more of like an emotional confession, or energies where they're allowing their heart to speak for them. So, those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. Like or comment to claim these energies. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more content that I put out here. Don't forget to hit the bell button to get notifications every time I post a new video. And if you would like to book a personal reading with me, I offer those through my Etsy shop, and there's a link for that below. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well.